2 minutes, huh? Baraji is coming. Till then, all of you practice the Biramas gave, all close your eyes. You have to sit for 2 minutes without fidgeting. I'm watching. Okay, everyone, slowly open your eyes. Bharatji,
Shoham, how are you all?
Shivam.
Shoham. So yes, today again I'm there. And what's the theme today? Fridays?
Faithful Fridays.
Faithful Fridays. Nice. And today we have another special guest joining us, Frank G, as we call him. A lot of the LG students call him Coach Sir. So he's known with different names for different people. So welcome, Shivam, Frank G. How are you?
I'm Shivam, Bharati, Shivam, little children. Good to see you all. So happy to see all of you here. Cute little faces on a Friday evening. I was keenly observing the instructions given, and some of you followed the instructions very well of the silence. Some of you were not following. I was observing that also. Many of you had your eyes open, even though you were supposed to keep your eyes closed. Some of you fidgeting with your hair, with your glasses, etc. So I may not be there, but I'm still observing all of you.
That's Coach Sir for you. So great. Thank you, Frank, for taking your time today on a Friday evening and getting us to some of the faithful Friday sessions. And I'll let you take on from now and whatever you have to share with our little children about the theme of Faithful Fridays, please feel free and start off.
Thank you, Bharatji. Thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me share as well. So, faithful Fridays, what is faith, etc. We'll get into it in a short while, but I'd like to start with a story and how faith has impacted me in my life and what I have seen, while I was observing, or later on when I got to know that it was faith. So, I wanted to share one story, one specific story with all of you from maybe 4 years ago. We were all in Palani. Palani is a place in Tamil Nadu. For those of you who don't know, it's a very famous place. There is a Skanda temple, Skanda Gurunatha temple, right on top of a hill in Palani. And you have to climb and go up the road. And then finally, after climbing for about 45 minutes to an hour, you reach the temple. And along the way, you meet many interesting people, many interesting things happen along the way as well. So, one thing that really struck me, and one thing that really caught my attention, and one thing that transformed me and took me to another dimension and another place is the songs that people were singing along the way, was the songs that we were listening to in many of the places along the way as well. I don't remember any of the songs in that sense. I'd never heard those songs before also. They were all devotional songs. But somehow, each time I kept hearing, some of these songs, it just felt like they were so familiar. It was so like I said, like probably this person at this time in life had never heard any of those songs, but then somewhere during the course of my journey, my soul's journey throughout the hundreds or I don't know, thousands of years, somewhere I would have listened to those songs, and then that has stayed on and it has continued to stay on as well. And it was so beautiful. It just took me to another dimension. It took me to another place. I felt happy. I felt light. I don't know what else I was feeling. It was different. It was something unique, something that I had not felt before. And even though it was unfamiliar for me, it still felt so familiar. The songs, the tunes, the music, and everything else along the way. And then, uh, I was walking, and who was with me when I was walking along the way? Mirama was with me. She was beside me. We were walking together up the hill, and then so I looked at her and I smiled and I said, "Wow, it's so beautiful, so amazing. These songs just seem to be captivating me. It's so amazing." So then she said, "That is the beauty of it. That is what is amazing, and that can be looked at as faith as well in a way, because it's something that not just what you feel, but it is something that you experience. That is what faith is. And only when you truly take in, it's not that you have to understand anything or you need to figure out anything. It's just something that you feel, something that makes you feel connected with that energy source, or something that makes you connected with the universe, and something that you feel special about without really understanding it fully, without really knowing what it is. That connection can be termed, or that feeling also can be termed as faith. So that was the way that we progressed. And then we went further up and we finally reached, just before we reached the temple, just outside the temple or within the temple premises itself, but not inside the temple. We heard I heard a group of people singing and chanting. And again, something that I've never heard before, but it was so beautiful, so beautiful. I was just standing there leaning against a pillar and just listening to them. And even that really transcended me and took me to another dimension and another place. I don't know what got into me. I immediately pulled out my phone and I said, "This is something that I need to capture," because memory wise, I may not be able to remember this, but this is so beautiful that I'm going to capture this and I'm going to see and I'm going to keep this for me for a lifetime, because it's so amazing. And I still have that video even today after, 4.5 years later. And I've shared it with yoga as well. If you can have the video, so that even do you guys want to listen to the song, listen to the devotional song? So beautiful. I wish I had recorded more of it, but I recorded only maybe about 45 seconds or 1 minute maybe. So let's listen to it now. Okay. So yeah, so that was a song. And that was one of the songs, one of the many songs along the way. This was right on top of the hill, just inside the temple premises, where a group of people were just standing and singing, and everybody was just observing them. And I too was observing them, and then it was just so beautiful that I decided to take out my phone and I just recorded it. And that is what, if you look at all the other people as well, they're so involved, they're so into what they are doing. They are singing in tune. And those are participating, it's a different thing. But there are many others also who are just standing amidst them, in between them. This is closing their eyes, transcended again to another dimension. So many other people also are just standing there, observing, watching, and just feeling so good about it. So that is what is faith as well. Just feeling good about something and uh, knowing that it's something that can't be felt. It can't be felt in any other way, but it has to be experienced in that way. So you have to really be there to experience it, to understand it, and to take yourself to another dimension. That is what is faith really, and that is what I wanted to share with all of you. I will not this is one story. Another small story that I'd like to share along with this is, I remember we had, again, this was uh, with Mirama. We had gone to the Raja Rajeshwari temple. There was an Abhishekam that was happening, and the Alankara and the Abhishekam and everything was happening to Devi Ma within the temple. And again, I was just there. I was just standing, and tears just rolled down my eyes. I was just looking at her, and I was like, tears just rolled down my eyes. Nothing else. There was nothing that was happening. There was just, Abhishekam that was happening, and the Devi Alankara also was happening. Nothing else. And we were just sitting there. I was just looking at her, and I just cried. Not cried. It wasn't really crying as such. It was just, again, that sense of feeling and that sense of being one with that person, to feel that person within you, to be connected to that person, and to know that I love this person and this person loves me back. That is another dimension on another aspect of faith. So these are a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. And the feeling of that bond that you share, that heart to heart connection, and that bond that you have is what really faith is. Faith is also defined in the dictionary as believing or having some kind of belief in something or someone, is what faith is. But it's not just that. I feel it's much beyond that. Having that sense of connection, that sense of oneness, and just to know that you are one with that person or one with that source, is what faith is. So that is my story of faith, and that is my idea and understanding of faith. And if you look at faith in different ways and different uh, aspects of life also, it's very different. For instance, in Christianity also, faith is looked at very differently. If you look at it, it's just giving yourself up to the idea, or giving up yourself up to a thought, and that fructifying or becoming reality because you have such great belief in it, is also what faith is. And different people and different aspects and different religions look at it very differently. So this is just two different dimensions that I thought I'd bring to you, and that is my story. Over to you, Bharatji.
Thanks a lot. That was in fact, beautiful things, right? Starting from the way you started off explaining your experience of Palini and at the temple experience and how you feel and connect with it. I think it's a beautiful thing that faith is something that you cannot really explain to anyone. It is something that happens to you. It's an experience, like you rightly mentioned. And for me, the way I could connect to what you said is that faith and love are not different. So, because the way you explained the feeling that you had when you were standing in the temple, right? The feeling of being connected and, things are taken care of and you just surrender and submit. So, that's a beautiful explanation, frankly. Amazing to hear that. And most of these things also, right? Though you don't understand the language or what they're singing, what is it all about? That energy around that place usually makes you connect to it and you become a part of the whole experience. So, it's a beautiful story.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot for that.
Yes, it's, I think, yeah, surrender, like you mentioned, and love. Those are the two key things, two key aspects of faith. And if the moment you surrender, And the moment you believe and the moment you feel that connection, there is nothing else that can come in the way.
Yes, absolutely. So I'll let the big ones ask any questions if they have anything. Anyone has anything to share, ask, say something? It is just that, right? This is a topic where you cannot ask questions. You just have to be there and take it in. Awesome.
So if you don't have any questions, I would like to just tell you something. Children, don't worry about surrendering completely. Don't worry about just letting go and just feel. There is no better thing to experience than just feeling, being in the moment and just feeling it and letting it all just come through to you and just experience it. And you still have a long way to go really as far as this life is concerned. Just ensure that you experience it all. Be in the moment, like how you can feel the breeze when it is on a windy day. Go beyond that. This is a sense of feeling that you get where you get a direct heart to heart connection and direct mind to mind connection with the entity. So whether whoever your Ishta Devata is, whether it is Kanda Gurunatha, whether it is Ganesha, whether it is Shiva, whether it is Vishnu, or whoever it may be, just surrender, just feel that energy. It's important that your energy and the other energy gets connected. It's always connected. Don't think that you're not connected. You're always connected, but the key is to feel it and experience it. Then you'll be transcended and taken to another dimension and another place. So that's all I want to say to you.
Thank you. Beautiful. So if nobody has anything to add to it or ask for something, I think we can call it a Friday evening.